What if the biggest flops of the 1980s were secretly the greatest films of the whole decade? Millions of dollars vanished overnight. But here is the twist that changes everything. These same movies are now worshipped by fans across the world. Today we count down 20 box office bombs that became cult masterpieces. Number 1 will spark a fight in the comments. Let us begin. Number 20. Flash Gordon, 1980. This is a space adventure that is loud, bright, and completely wild. The story follows Flash Gordon, a football player from Earth. He teams up with a scientist and a travel agent. Together, they fly a homemade rocket to a strange planet. There, they meet the evil Emperor Ming. Ming plans to destroy the Earth just for fun. Flash must stop him and save everyone he loves. The most famous part is the music. The rock band Queen wrote the songs. When the hero charges into battle, the word Flash booms over the speakers. Fans still sing it today. The costumes shine with gold and red. The sets look like a comic book come to life. When the movie opened, American audiences were confused. It cost around $20 million to make. It did not earn much at home. Studios saw it as a swing and a miss. Critics called it silly and cheap-looking. People thought the whole thing was a joke. But over time, that joke became a treasure. Fans fell in love with the bold colors and the funny lines. They loved how the movie never took itself too seriously. It became a favorite at late-night showings. The soundtrack turned into a classic on its own. Today, many filmmakers point to it as a huge inspiration. You can see its style in newer space movies. Fans still throw parties, dressed as their favorite heroes. What once looked cheap, now looks brave. Flash Gordon proved that fun can beat logic. And that is why it kicks off our list. Number 19. Clue, 19 on. Number 18. Ladyhawke, 1985. This is a romantic fantasy with a cruel curse at its heart. Long ago, a wicked bishop fell in love with a beautiful woman. But she loved a brave knight instead. In his jealous rage, the bishop cursed them both. Now they can never be together. By day, the woman becomes a hawk. By night, the man becomes a wolf. They are always near, yet always apart. A clever young thief joins their side. Together, they hatch a plan to break the curse and reclaim their love. The most beautiful scenes come at dawn and dusk. For one brief moment, the lovers almost touch before the change takes hold. It is heartbreaking and lovely. When it opened, the film did not do well. It cost around $20 million. It earned less than that. Some viewers were confused by its modern music in a medieval world. Critics gave it mixed reviews. Audiences mostly stayed home. The studio counted it as a letdown. But the film gathered a warm and loyal following over time. Fans adored its sweeping romance and its clever hero. They loved the gorgeous scenery and the tragic curse. On home video, it reached people who had missed it in theaters. Slowly, it became a beloved treasure for fantasy lovers. Many now name it a hidden gem of the decade. Its bittersweet love story still moves new viewers today. Its haunting curse lingers in the mind. Ladyhawke proves that a movie can be quietly beautiful and still be missed at first. Sometimes the most tender stories take the longest to find their fans. Number 17. Streets of Fire, 1984. This movie calls itself a rock and roll fable. It takes place in a city that feels like both the past and the future. Cars look old. Music sounds new. A famous singer named Ellen is grabbed by a biker gang. Their leader is a mean man named Raven. Ellen's old boyfriend, a tough soldier named Tom, comes back to town. He teams up with a fighter and a driver. Their mission is simple: save Ellen and bring her home safe. The best scene is the closing concert. The music swells. The lights glow. It feels like a dream you never want to end. The whole film looks like a music video, years before those became normal. When it hit theaters, it did poorly. It cost around $15 million. It only earned about half of that. Critics were split. Many felt the story was too thin. Audiences did not know what to make of it. The studio counted it as a loss. But the movie refused to fade. Its wild look and pounding songs found new fans on home video. Music lovers adored the soundtrack. Filmmakers studied every frame. They loved the mix of neon lights, rain-soaked streets, and leather jackets. Over the years, its style has shown up in many hit shows and games. What seemed strange in 1984 now looks ahead of its time. The director once said he made the film he wanted to see as a teenager. Fans are glad he did. Streets of Fire is proof that mood can matter more than plot. Number 16. The Last Starfighter, 1984. Here is a dream every kid has had. What if a video game was actually a test? What if being great at it could change your whole life? That is the heart of this movie. A teenager named Alex lives in a quiet trailer park. He is amazing at one arcade game. He beats the high score. Then a stranger arrives in a strange car. The man reveals a secret. The game was real. It was built to find pilots for a space war. Now aliens need Alex to fly a real starship and defend the galaxy. The famous scene is the reveal. Alex learns the truth, and his jaw drops. Suddenly, a small-town boy becomes a hero among the stars. The film was one of the first to use computer-made images for its space battles. That was a bold move back then. Sadly, the movie did not earn much. It cost about $15 million. It only made a little more than that. It came out during a summer packed with bigger hits. Audiences passed it by. It was seen as a letdown, but young viewers never forgot it. On television and video, it found a loyal crowd. People loved the sweet story and the fun space action. Fans praise it for helping to prove that computer graphics had a future. Many modern effects artists say it inspired them. The idea of a game hiding a real mission still pops up in stories today. The Last Starfighter shows that big dreams can grow from small screens. Number 15, Repo Man, 1984.
Crystal clear and light. America's drinking 7-Up, and it sure feels.
This is one of the strangest films you will ever see, and that is a compliment. A bored young man named Otto loses his job. He falls in with a group of men who take back cars from people who did not pay. This job is called repossession. Otto learns the wild rules of the trade. But there is more going on. A mysterious car is driving around with a deadly secret in its trunk. Everyone wants it. Government agents, thieves, and strange people all give chase. The famous scene involves that glowing trunk. When someone peeks inside, the light is blinding. Nobody in the theater is quite sure what it means. That mystery is part of the fun. The film was made for very little money, around $1.5 million. It got a tiny release. Hardly anyone saw it in theaters. The studio nearly buried it. It looked like a total failure. Then home video and late-night television saved it. The film found young viewers who loved its odd humor. Its punk music soundtrack became famous. Fans quoted its funny and strange lines. Word spread from person to person. Slowly, it turned into a true cult classic. Today, critics call it one of the smartest independent films of its time. It captured a rebellious mood like few movies ever have. New fans keep finding it and falling in love. Repo Man teaches a simple lesson. You do not need a big budget to make something special. You just need a bold and fearless vision. Number 14. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, Across the Eighth Dimension, 1984.
We show 2:8 degrees, 36 minutes, 30.3.
Even the title is a wild ride, and the movie is even wilder. The hero, Buckaroo Banzai, does it all. He is a brain surgeon, a race car driver, and a rock star. One day he drives a special car straight through solid rock. This proves that another dimension is real. But his discovery wakes up a group of hidden aliens. They have been living on Earth in secret. Now Buckaroo and his team of friends must stop these aliens from starting a war. The best scene is when Buckaroo drives through the mountain. The whole world changes in an instant. It is bold and unlike anything else. The film confused almost everyone in 1984. It cost around $17 million. It earned only a small part of that. Critics did not know how to review it. The story jumps around and never slows down. Regular audiences felt lost. The studio saw it as a clear flop. But a small army of fans embraced the madness. On video, the film found people who loved its weird charm. They enjoyed piecing together its strange world. The ending even promised a sequel that never came. That only made fans want more. Over time, it became a symbol of joyful, fearless filmmaking. Writers and directors praise its wild imagination. New viewers still discover it with big smiles. Buckaroo Banzai proves that some movies are simply ahead of their audience. And sometimes the most confusing films become the most loved. Weird can be wonderful. Number 13, Willow, 1988.
Sorcerer Afghan, you're a clown. I sell the plant seeds around here.
This is a grand fantasy tale full of magic and heart. A small farmer named Willow dreams of becoming a great wizard. One day, he finds a special baby near his home. An evil queen wants that baby gone. The queen believes the child will end her rule. So Willow sets out on a dangerous quest to protect her. Along the way, he meets a joking swordsman, tiny warriors, and a witch. Together they face armies, monsters, and powerful spells. The best scene is the final showdown with the queen. Magic flies through the air as good battles evil. It is exciting and full of wonder. The movie was made by some of the biggest names in film. Everyone expected a giant hit, but it fell short. It cost around $35 million. While it did earn money, it did not meet the huge hopes placed on it. Critics compared it to other famous fantasy films and found it lacking. Many called it a disappointment. The studio hoped for a series, but that plan stalled. Still, the story lived on. Kids who watched it grew up loving it. On home video, it gained a warm and steady following. Fans praise its brave hero and its rich world. They love that the smallest person becomes the biggest hero. Over the years, its reputation has only grown. It even returned in new forms for a fresh audience. Willow reminds us that courage has nothing to do with size, and it proves that a slow start can still lead to a lasting legacy. Number 12. Tron, 1982.
We've kidnapped some military programs. I can arrange.
Imagine being pulled inside a computer. That is the amazing idea behind this film. A talented programmer named Kevin creates video games, but his boss steals the credit and the money. When Kevin tries to prove the truth, something shocking happens. A powerful computer program scans him. Suddenly, he is trapped inside the digital world. Inside, programs look like people. They are forced to fight in deadly games. Kevin must team up with a brave program named Tron to escape and win his freedom. The famous scene is the light cycle race. Glowing motorbikes leave walls of light behind them. Riders must avoid crashing into the trails. It looked like nothing audiences had ever seen. The movie was a huge risk. It used cutting-edge computer images that cost a lot to create. In the end, it did make some money, but far less than hoped. The studio was disappointed. Some in the film world even said it cheated by using computers too much. It was widely seen as a letdown at the time. But the years have been very kind to Tron. Fans and artists now see it as a pioneer. It helped show the world what computer graphics could become. Its glowing look inspired countless movies, games, and shows. A whole sequel arrived decades later because the fans demanded it. Today it stands as a bold vision of the future. What once seemed like a failed experiment is now called a landmark. Its glowing world still amazes fans. Tron dared to dream about a digital world before most people even owned a computer. Number 11. Legend, 1985.
You shall be my eyes and ears.
You do me great honor, Lord.
This is a dark and beautiful fairy tale. The story is simple and pure. A gentle young man named Jack loves a princess. In the forest live two special unicorns. As long as they are safe, the world stays full of light. But a terrible force, known as darkness, wants to destroy them. His goblins hunt the unicorns to bring endless night. Jack must find his courage, rescue his love, and save the light from being lost forever. The most stunning scene is the villain himself. Darkness is huge and red, with giant horns. The makeup and design are simply unforgettable. He may be one of the greatest movie villains ever made. When it opened, the film did not do well. It cost around $30 million. It earned only a small piece of that. Critics found the story too thin. They said it was pretty but empty. Audiences did not connect with it. The studio was left disappointed. Yet the film had a magic that lasted. Fans fell in love with its dreamlike look. Every scene glows like a painting. The forest feels alive with petals, light, and mist. On home video, a whole new crowd embraced it. They forgave the simple story and enjoyed the pure beauty. Many now call it a visual masterpiece. The design of darkness still inspires artists today. Different versions of the film sparked years of fan debate. Legend proves that a movie can win hearts through images alone. Sometimes a feast for the eyes is more than enough to earn a lasting place. Number 10. The Dark Crystal, 1982.
Of the mystics lies dying. Today they summon.
This film broke every rule. It featured no human actors at all. Every character was a puppet, brought to life by master artists. The story unfolds on a strange and dying world. A crack in a magic crystal has thrown everything out of balance. Cruel bird-like creatures called the Skeksis now rule with fear. A young hero named Jen may be the last of his kind. He learns he must heal the crystal before it is too late. His quest could bring peace back to the whole land. The most amazing scene is simply the world itself. Every plant, creature, and cave was built by hand. It feels like a living painting you can step into. At the time, audiences were unsure about it. The film cost around $15 million. It earned money, but the reaction was mixed. Some found it too dark and scary for children. Others were not ready for a movie with no people in it. Critics were divided. It did not become the giant hit its makers dreamed of, but its reputation has soared over time. Fans praise its stunning craft and brave imagination. They love that it treated young viewers as smart. On home video, it gained a devoted following. Artists still study how it was made. It even earned a new prequel series years later. Today, it is seen as a bold and beautiful achievement. The Dark Crystal proved that puppets could carry an entire epic. It dared to be different, and that daring is exactly why fans treasure it now. Number 9. Highlander, 1986. Here is a bold idea. What if a small group of people could live forever? This movie brings that idea to life. A Scottish warrior named Connor learns a shocking truth. He cannot be harmed by normal means. He is one of a rare kind called immortals. These immortals are scattered across the world and across time. They are locked in a secret contest. In the end, only one can remain. The story jumps between old Scotland and modern New York City as Connor faces his greatest rival. The most famous part is the music. The band Queen wrote powerful songs for the film. Their music makes every big moment feel huge and emotional. When it came out, American audiences ignored it. It cost around $20 million. In the United States, it earned almost nothing. Critics were rough on it. They found the mix of time periods confusing. The studio saw it as a painful flop at home. But the film was far more loved in other countries. And on home video, it exploded in popularity everywhere. Fans adored the cool sword fights and the emotional story. The idea of living forever spoke to many people. Its famous line about there being only one became a favorite. The film grew so popular that it spawned sequels and a television show. Today, it is a true cult giant with fans all over the globe. Its bold idea still thrills fans. Highlander proves that a movie can fail in one place and become a legend somewhere else. Sometimes the world just needs time to catch up. Number 8. They Live, 1988.
They lost 14 banks in 1 week.
This movie hides a big idea inside an action story. A drifter looking for work stumbles onto a strange pair of sunglasses. When he puts them on, the world changes. He sees hidden messages everywhere. Billboards secretly command people to obey and consume. Worse, some people around him are not human at all. They are aliens in disguise, quietly controlling society. Now this lone man must decide what to do with the terrible truth he has found. The most famous scene is a long fight in an alley. Two friends argue over the glasses for several minutes. It is funny, strange, and unforgettable. The film was made on a small budget of a few $1,000,000. It opened at number 1 but faded fast. Critics gave it mixed reviews. Many missed the clever message under the action. It was not seen as a big success. Soon it left theaters and seemed forgotten. But the movie found new life over the years. Its warning about hidden control felt more true as time passed. Fans praised its smart ideas and bold style. Its famous tough guy line became known all over the world. People began to see it as much more than a simple action film. Today it is studied and quoted and loved. Artists reference its powerful images again and again. It became one of the most talked about cult films of its era. Its message still feels sharp and true. They Live proves that a film can plant an idea that grows for decades. Sometimes the message matters even more than the movie itself. Number 7. Labyrinth, 1986.
To the castle beyond the Goblin City, to take back the child that you have.
This is a magical adventure with music and puppets. A teenage girl named Sarah is tired of watching her baby brother. In a moment of anger, she wishes he would be taken away. To her horror, the wish comes true. The Goblin King spirits the baby away to a far-off castle. Now Sarah must journey through a giant maze to save him. She has only 13 hours before the baby is lost forever. Along the way, she meets odd creatures, tricky puzzles, and strange friends. The most famous scene is a dazzling masked ball. Sarah dances in a beautiful dream while the clock ticks. It is lovely and a little bit spooky. When it opened, the movie struggled. It cost around $25 million. It earned far less at home. Critics were not impressed. Audiences did not show up in big numbers. The failure hurt everyone involved. It was called a major disappointment at the time. Yet few films have aged so well. On home video, it became a beloved favorite. Children who watched it never forgot the maze or the music. Its songs and its puppets won a huge and loyal fan base. Fans dress up as its characters at events today. It is now one of the most cherished fantasy films of the decade. New viewers keep discovering its charm every year. What critics once dismissed is now treated as a classic. Labyrinth proves that a movie can find its true home long after it leaves theaters. Sometimes the audience just arrives a little late. Number 6. Once Upon a Time in America, 1984. This is a sweeping story about friendship, time, and regret. It follows a group of boys who grow up on the streets of New York. They start small, pulling minor schemes to survive. As they grow older, they rise in a world of crime. The tale jumps across many decades of their lives. It shows their triumphs, their losses, and their broken bonds. At the center is a man haunted by his past. He returns home after many years to face old ghosts and hard truths. The most powerful scenes come from its quiet moments. A single look can carry the weight of a lifetime. The music by a famous composer makes every memory ache. Here is the sad twist. In the United States, the studio cut the film to pieces. They shortened it and rearranged the scenes. The result made little sense. American audiences were confused. It earned almost nothing at home. Critics who saw that version were harsh. It looked like a total disaster. But the director's full version told a different story. Overseas, the complete film was praised as a masterpiece. Over the years, that longer cut reached fans everywhere. They saw the beauty the studio had hidden. Today it is called one of the greatest films of its kind. Critics who once panned it now sing its praises. Its reputation grew stronger with every passing year. Once Upon a Time in America proves that a movie can be ruined by others and still survive. The right version can rescue a masterpiece from the ashes. Number 5. Big Trouble in Little China, 1986.
Leave Jack Burton alone. We are in his...
This movie mixes action, comedy, and magic into one wild package. A loud truck driver named Jack thinks he is the hero. He is really more of a bumbling sidekick. His friend's bride is kidnapped by a strange gang. Jack chases them into a hidden world beneath the city streets. There he finds an ancient sorcerer with terrible powers. This villain needs a special woman to break an old curse. Jack, who understands almost nothing, must help save the day anyway. The most famous scene shows the sorcerer rising in a burst of light and power. It is dramatic, colorful, and a lot of fun. When it opened, the film flopped badly. It cost around $25 million. It earned only a small piece of that. Critics were confused by its odd tone. Audiences did not know if it was serious or a joke. The studio quickly wrote it off. It even pushed the director towards smaller projects. But the film became a giant on home video. Fans fell in love with its humor and its charm. They loved that the so-called hero was often useless and afraid. His funny lines became famous. The mix of martial arts and magic thrilled viewers. Slowly, the flop turned into a beloved classic. Today it is quoted, celebrated, and adored by millions. Its influence appears in many newer films and games. Big Trouble in Little China proves that being different can be a gift. What baffled people in 1986 is now pure joy for its fans. Number 4. Brazil, 1985.
He became as good a friend in the good old world.
This film is strange, funny, and a little bit scary. It shows a world buried in paperwork and rules. A quiet office worker named Sam dreams of a better life. In his dreams, he flies with wings and saves a beautiful woman. In the real world, everything is gray and controlled. A silly mistake in a form ruins an innocent man's life. Sam gets pulled into the mess. As he tries to fix it, he clashes with the giant, uncaring system around him. The most memorable scenes are Sam's flying dreams. He soars above the clouds with metal wings. These moments feel free and beautiful, unlike his real world. The film had a rough road. The studio hated its dark and strange ending. They wanted a happy one instead. The director fought hard to protect his vision. When it finally opened, it earned very little. Its budget was around $15 million. American audiences found it too odd. It was seen as a costly flop, but the movie won a fierce and loyal following. Fans admired its wild imagination and brave ideas. Its warning about a world lost in red tape struck a nerve. Critics slowly came around and praised its genius. Today it is called one of the smartest films ever made. Its strange images stick in your mind for years. Film schools study it closely. New fans discover it and are amazed. Its ideas feel truer with every passing year. Brazil proves that a movie can be too bold for its own time, and that boldness is exactly why people treasure it now. Number 3. Dune, 1984. This was one of the most ambitious films of its time. It is based on a famous and very complex book. The story takes place far in the future, among the stars. Powerful families fight for control of a desert planet. That planet holds a precious substance found nowhere else. A young noble named Paul arrives with his family. Enemies soon betray them in a brutal attack. Paul flees into the desert and joins its native people. There he begins to fulfill an ancient prophecy and lead a great rebellion. The most striking scenes feature giant sandworms. These massive creatures rise from the desert like living mountains. They are both terrifying and awe-inspiring. The film faced huge problems. The story was so dense that many viewers felt lost. It cost around $40 million, a fortune back then. It earned far less than that. Critics were largely unkind. Audiences were confused by the complex plot. The studio counted it as a major flop. Yet the film never truly went away. Fans of the book defended its bold look and grand style. Its strange and beautiful designs won admirers over time. On home video, it gathered a devoted following. People praised its ambition even when the plot puzzled them. A longer version added even more to enjoy. Today it is seen as a fascinating and daring effort. Its influence can be felt in later films of the same tale. Dune proves that even a flawed dream can be unforgettable. Sometimes reaching too far is braver than playing it safe. Number 2. The Thing, 1982. This is a chilling tale of fear and mistrust. A team of researchers works at a lonely base in the frozen south. One day they discover something buried in the ice. It is a creature from another world. Worse, this creature can copy any living thing perfectly. It can look exactly like one of the men. Soon no one knows who is human and who is not. Panic spreads. Trust breaks down. The team must find the hidden monster before it takes them all. The most famous scene is a tense test of everyone's blood. The men are tied up while one checks their samples. The suspense is almost unbearable. When it opened, the film was a shock in the wrong way. It cost around $15 million. It earned only a little more than that. Critics were surprisingly cruel. They found it too grim and too intense. It also opened near a friendlier alien film that audiences preferred. The studio saw it as a clear failure, but time completely changed its story. On home video, it found the audience it deserved. Fans praised its incredible creature effects. They admired the way it built dread and mistrust. Its haunting ending sparked endless debate. Critics who once dismissed it now call it a masterpiece. It is regularly named one of the greatest films of its kind. Its influence appears everywhere, in later horror and science fiction. Fans still argue about that final scene. The Thing proves that a movie can be judged far too quickly. What horrified people then, now fills fans with awe. Number 1. Blade Runner, 1982.
Sure. I don't think I've ever had one of these.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Now answer as quickly.
And here it is, the greatest comeback of them all. This film asks a deep question. What does it truly mean to be human? It is set in a dark future city, full of rain and neon light. A weary detective named Deckard has a difficult job. He must track down a group of runaway artificial people. These beings look and feel almost exactly like us. But they were built, not born, and their time is running out. As Deckard hunts them, he starts to question everything. Are they really so different from him? The most famous scene comes at the very end. A dying artificial man speaks about his memories. His quiet, beautiful words move audiences to tears. When it opened, the film struggled badly. It cost around $30 million. It earned little at first. Audiences found it slow and confusing. It opened during a summer of lighter, happier films. Critics were divided, and often harsh. The studio saw it as a painful disappointment. But few films have grown so much in fame. On home video, its reputation soared. Fans praised its stunning look and its deep ideas. Its rainy, glowing city shaped how the future looks in movies forever. Different versions of the film sparked years of passionate debate. Critics reversed their views and now call it a masterpiece. It is seen as one of the most important films ever made. Its style has been copied countless times. Blade Runner proves that a movie can be far ahead of its era. The world simply needed years to understand its genius. So there you have it. 20 films that studios wanted to bury and forget. 20 films that fans refused to let fade away. Some lost fortunes, some ended careers, yet every single one earned a second life. Now here is my question for you. Which flop do you love the most? And which one does not deserve a spot on this list? Sound off in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more.